hills that are green meadows when it's not snowing. I have decided, if you saw my last video, I have decided to go to Garrison and look at the castle. I'm not sure if I'll get out of the Jeep or not, but it's just a nice view. So I'll take you there and let you see what I'm talking about, and I'll explain it when I get there. This little cute building in front of me is a gas station. It's probably the most attractive gas station I've ever seen. And my husband and I used to go there. We used to live right here. This is the Appalachian Trail. We're about to cross over the Appalachian Trail, literally. And it's called Appalachian Market. And we used to get pizza there sometimes, or a sandwich. Just every once in a while we'd get one, and we'd drive down this road, and we'd park in this empty parking lot, and we would eat it and stare at the castle. Those days are so long gone. That was so long ago. It was as long ago as 15 years ago. It was just something we did to just sort of enjoy the views of Garrison, because Garrison is probably one of the most beautiful places in New York, definitely in the Hudson Valley. And actually this road, I had always dreamed of living on this very road, but I changed my mind for multiple reasons. The taxes in Hudson Valley, property taxes, can be anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, maybe even $40,000 a year, depending on the size of the house and where the house is located. So yeah, we're not doing that. But it's beautiful, so it's nice to come back and visit a lot. And I've had plenty of clients here over the years, and I know every nook and cranny of it. It has a lot of dirt roads, which I love, because dirt roads are not very common, but they're pretty common in Garrison and Cold Spring. And Garrison and Cold Spring and Nelsonville and Manitou are all villages and hamlets of the town of Phillipstown. So Phillipstown is spread out a little bit, but still not very big. Lots of little teeny tiny hamlets, two hamlets and two villages, which I love. I love the sounds of villages and hamlets, those two words. In any case, a lot of very important people came from Garrison historically. And of course, George Washington has spent the night in at least two houses right at the intersection that I'm approaching. But I am taking you to look at the castle. It's called Cat Rock, and it's been one of my favorite views for what's going on, maybe 16 years this year. Yeah. And we used to live across the street from it, actually, literally. So I would see the castle out of my bathroom window, or going out the back door. And I've gone to sled or to hike the mountain and the meadow beneath the castle many times. And I haven't done that in a while, so I need to revive that little habit that I used to have. A friend of mine loves to do it, so I might call her and we can do it together. Anyway, in the summertime, this particular area of Garrison looks like it could be in Ireland, because it's so green. The green is so vivid in the summertime that you would wonder if you weren't in Ireland somewhere. If you just saw a photo of it and you didn't see a sign that you were in the state of New York. It is so snowy that I've never seen the mountains this covered in snow. They're so white. They've never been this white in a while. So that's going to make the view even more interesting. This is a golf course, a small golf course to the right, and to the left is a huge meadow. And I'm going to turn here. I used to live past this, I guess I'll call it a venue, called the Garrison Institute, which is very well known for wonderful events, and the word escapes me. Oh, I'm not even sure if I could go on a trail over here. They have not, I guess I'm not going to go on a trail. They have not cleared anything. Yeah, okay, so the Garrison Institute is straight, but I usually go here and park, but I'm not even sure I can do that. This is so far not going as planned. There's the water tower. Okay, I can park here, but the question is, will I be able to walk anywhere? It looks like the trails must be closed, and I didn't wear my big, tall boots. So that's too bad. And this looks like it could potentially be, it doesn't look like it to you guys probably, but it looks like it could be not 2 feet of snow, but possibly 3, maybe a snowdrift. Anyway, I'll go walk down the lane a little bit and see if I can just at least get a video of the castle and explain it to you. There's nowhere else to park. All right. I don't know why there's so many cars. I mean, it's a recreation department if you go that way. So maybe there are a lot of classes or something in this weather. I'm not too happy about walking on this road because of the cars. What is the deal? Yeah, there's no way I would walk on that. That just looks like it's, oh my God, really? Another car? Okay. It's a hamlet, but it's got a lot of traffic, for Pete's sake. You see that? That's bamboo. I want that bamboo at my house for some privacy. I really wanted to go down and show you this area. There's some trails that I love over here. And there's a little pond right there too. But it looks completely closed. I just can't believe all these cars. I do remember there is a nursery at the recreation center, so maybe parents are, I don't know, dropping off, picking up. It's kind of an odd time of day. But then I don't really know what time it is. I left the thrift shop with barely any leather. They had sold out of the large pieces of leather. I should have gone on a Thursday. Somebody tried to make a trail. Yeah, I'm not going. If I had my boots, I would totally do that. But I don't. I'm wearing snow boots, but they're shorter. Anyway, I used to live here, and I would walk around, hike around, all the time. And they're just, oh God, this tree is so, so, it's weeping. It's a weeping coniferous tree. It's so beautiful. So that's where I would go, but it's just not clear. I'm sure everybody's staring at me walking around here. So anyway, here is the castle on top of the mountain. I'll get it close up. This is something I've seen for 16 years living in the Hudson Valley. And it was recently purchased because for all these years that we've been living here, it has been vacant with just a caretaker to make sure everything's okay. But it was recently purchased, maybe, I don't remember now, 2 or 3 years ago. And supposedly, from what I've read, it was the inspiration for the Wizard of Oz book, because his name escapes me. Is it Frank Baum? He went to a military academy across the river, known as West Point. And he would come on the ferry to Peekskill and Garrison frequently, I think. And in Peekskill, I didn't show it to you today, I could have, but I just didn't go downtown to the river. There is a little tiny patch of yellow bricks. It's a walkway that just, I don't know why it's yellow, but they're yellow bricks. And it's across the street from the train station, and supposedly that was his inspiration for the yellow brick road. So I'm going to look this up again because I read this information years ago. I just want to make sure it's still accurate. But yeah, so I would see this castle out of my window every day when we used to live in Garrison. We have since left that house, but and actually the house that we were living in was a tiny cottage, very tiny, and it was called the Writer's Cottage, and it's just behind that little forest of trees behind the what is that, soccer goals. Somewhere in that forest is a tiny writer's cottage, part of a large estate. There are lots of large estates in Garrison, and it was the writer's cottage. It was called the Writer's Cottage because the owner at that time was and his name escapes me. I'll have to look up his name again. I read this a long time ago, but he was the warden for the prison Sing Sing, which is down in Ossining, not far from here on the Hudson River. And he wrote at least one book, but I believe more than one book in that cottage. And that's where we lived for, I can't remember, was it 2 or 3 years? We were renting it before we bought our house that we are in now. So there's a lot of history. There's just so much history, but I loved knowing that I was living in a writer's cottage. That's what it was labeled as. And our neighbors lived in the gatehouse on this vast property that we lived on. And all of which I think has maybe sold piece by piece. I don't know. I kind of stopped keeping up after we moved. But in any case, I guess I won't be going on a trail today. I'm wondering, now the castle has a driveway sort of over there somewhere. And I don't know if they've bothered to clear that because they probably are not expecting a single hiker to go up the mountain. And I'm sure they haven't cleared anything for the hiking or the road or the parking lot. So I'm not even sure it'd be worth my time to drive over there. This Sunday is going to mark 2 weeks of the snow still being on the ground, hasn't melted hardly at all. I don't even know if it's melted an inch. It's another car. And we're expecting maybe 3.5 inches tonight, overnight into the morning. There's no place for the snow to go. I love snow, but even for me, this has been a bit much. Just because of, I can't go out and collect firewood or anything. And we're out of firewood as far as our property. I mean, I guess I could get some out of our woodshed, but I like going up in the mountain and getting more. And the woodshed might be a little bit snowed on as well. Here's another view. I miss looking at it from my house, but where we moved is far more convenient for everything because it's more of an actual real town with plenty of grocery stores, plenty of department stores, discount stores, gas stations, doctor offices, hospitals, that sort of thing. Here it's we loved it, but as you can see, with the exception of all this recreational center traffic, which is weird, there's not anything going on. It's very rural, very beautiful, and very quiet. I just hear birds and the occasional cars. The road where you see that car passing, those two cars, that's 9D, famous road. Actually, if you just stay on it forever, you'll end up on, it's basically Broadway. If you just stay on it forever with a few little twists and turns to confuse you, you'll end up in the city within about an hour. We're that close to the city, but I've only done that once. Didn't like it. There were some confusing spots close to Yonkers. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get back in the car now. Can't feel my fingers anymore. But that's today's little history lesson. And I'll think of another place to take you next time. But I can't promise you it won't be in deep snow again, because I think this is going to last a while, even though we're going to get, well, we're going to get in the negatives again. It's hard to keep track. And then some snow tonight, and then there are several more days of snow listed on the report for the next week and a half maybe. So we'll be in some negatives, we'll be in some teens, and then I saw 40 degrees in about 15 days from now, maybe. So that's something. I mean, 40 degrees, we haven't seen that since probably, well, I couldn't tell you, maybe November. Anyway, all right, well, I'll let you know what the next video will be, and signing off for now.